Mod RC with a quick update from the Losi V100. So I was able to finally go out and do some testing with the different pinion gears that I have, and again, everything was done with the battery pack you see here. I have two of these. They're identical, 7.2 volt nickel metal hydride, the Hexfly Red Cat brand, 3000 milliamp. Again, the car's bone stock with the exception of the 60 millimeter shocks, and then I had to change out the front upper shock mount in order to use those shocks, but everything else is the same as far as the electronics go. I do have my old, not my old, but my new, I guess, receiver, separate receiver that I'm using with my FlySky transmitter. I just left it on there. I just didn't feel like taking it off for these tests, but it's small, it's light, it shouldn't affect the top speed in any way. Alright, so my results. So as you can see on the top there, the factory 77 tooth spur gear and the factory 22 tooth pinion gear, I was able to hit 20.3 mile per hour, keeping everything the same, but just switching the pinion to the 24 tooth pinion. I jumped to 20.5, so that was only 0.2 of a mile per hour, and that was a disappointment. I figured if that's the only difference I got, the other pinions aren't going to do anything either. But I was surprised when I jumped from the 24 to the 26 tooth. I went up to 22.6 mile per hour, so just over 2 mile per hour gain. And then from the 26 to the 28, the 28 tooth pinion got me 24.2, so was it about a mile and a half or so mile per hour gain. And then the 30 tooth pinion topped that at 25.1 mile per hour. So from stock 20.3 to the 30 tooth pinion, no other changes, 25.1. And I already know that my brushless system on the factory gearing will do 24 even, and then if I use the program card to turn up the timing, it'll hit, I think it was 24.5 if I'm not mistaken. So I would hope if I put the brushless back in as is with that 30 tooth pinion, I would hope I'd hit about 29 mile per hour. So the next changes I want to make, I have the Losi spur tooth kit. It comes with another factory 77 tooth spur gear, but it also comes with a 71 and a 65, I believe it is. So I want to put the 71 in and then go back through these different pinions, the 24, well actually maybe I'll start with the 22 through the 30, and then see how each pinion changes the speed. Alright, and then again, that'll all be done with the same battery pack. Alright, so another quick change I did when I was messing around with the car is I lowered the body post one hole. So now as far as the gap or the clearance between the top of the tire and the fender well, it's probably about how it was stock, but I have, because of the 60 millimeter shocks, I have about twice the ground clearance. So it looks good, and like I said, I have the extra ground clearance because the road I run on, I mean, there's some small stones in there, so I haven't really had an issue so far. But the factory, it's sitting about a 1/4 inch off the ground, and it just a little low. Alright, so I also have a new body I've been messing with. I just got this yesterday, so it's an RX-7 body. I got this from Amazon. It was $25, and I think unfortunately because it wasn't a prime deal, it was another like I think 11 or 12 for the shipping and handling, so I got about 37 into it. It comes as you see, it's pre-painted. The wheel wells are cut, and that was probably the biggest issue I had with it. You can see on the door there's a scratch. I'm going to try touching that up. Again, I wanted this as a beater body. Since I like the Camaro body so much, I didn't want to get it too beat up doing these tests. So I wanted something, if it does get totaled, you know, it's not a big loss. So that's why I went with this RX-7. Again, the biggest issue was this front passenger side wheel well opening. They just cut it out wrong. It's just off. They took too much away from this side and not enough from the front side. So I had to open up the front a little bit. The other three are very even. It's just a shame they didn't get this one the same way. It would have been pretty near perfect. Another, I guess, few issues you can see is like the decal here. It's sitting too low. You know, the body's, I guess, molded. You can feel like you can feel the vent here or whatever, and the decal just wasn't put on, you know, high enough. It's the same thing in the front. If you look at the lights, the body, it's kind of molded it's kind of raised up where you see where the light decal should go, but again, it's too low. But again, I'm not too worried about it. Again, this body's probably going to take some abuse, so it is what it is. It does come with plastic windshield wipers. I do get a chance to put those on. It does come with plastic mirrors. I got to put those on still, and then it comes with 2 different plastic wings for the rear, and I'll put one of those on. I'll probably put the smaller of the 2. But I guess all in all, for it coming pre-painted and with these plastic parts, I'm not going to complain. Again, it wasn't that expensive. The only issue I have as far as mounting this goes, the rear, you just have to drop the mounting pins down. No issue. The front, though, they have to get dropped so low they actually stick out of the bottom and they'll rub on the ground. So I bought a new kit with, I think it's 4 new posts, the body mounting posts, and I think it comes with like a battery hold down too, which is kind of a weird combination. So once I get that new kit, I'll cut 2 front posts down so I can use this RX-7 body on there. So for right now, that's everything. Again, the next step is just to switch out to the 71 tooth spur gear, then go through these different pinions. So hopefully I'll get a chance to do that hopefully next weekend, and then start running tests with that new combination.